Take a look at this dramatic surveillance video of a man being carjacked right there on his front doorsteps. The video captures not only the gunman, but how the homeowner responds. It may have been what saved his life.
What's going through my mind is, all right, how do I make it out of this? How do I even the scale?
Next, a discussion on what you should do if the gun is pointed at you. Former cop Mike Brooks will take us through our options.
I was thinking about getting hold of my gun somehow, but I might not be here telling this story had I done that. I'm not going to stand for it. Neither is anybody else. We're going to fight them.
All right, that man is Brad Edmonds. He survived a moment that could happen to any of us and our families. Here's what happened. Brad was coming home at 8 o'clock at night when he was approached by a man with a gun. You're going to see everything here on his surveillance tape. The guy puts the gun at his chest, demands the keys to his Mercedes. He goes into his house, runs away from this guy. The gunman stays on the doorway, still demanding the car keys. Well, Brad decides to make a move. He bolts into the bathroom. You're going to see it here, right in here, okay? The guy's got the gun at him. He bolts into the bathroom in his house while another person calls 911. Well, the suspect eventually got the keys, took off in Edmonds' car, and it was all caught on tape. You'll see in a minute. I mean, he's driving erratically. You can see that he's nervous. He crashes into something. Now, look at that. You get a clear shot of the guy's face on the surveillance tape. So I'm just curious, Mike, you know, did he do the right thing? I guess you never really know because you're panicking and...
You know, there's nothing set in concrete, but if someone demands your keys and they have a gun, give them what they want. That's all I can say, because this guy ran into the bathroom. I tell you, that took some guts, because what if the guy had a shot through the door? And we've seen that happen before, especially he's inside your house. You know, once he gets inside your house, you know,
now, someone else was in that home. But what if you know, your wife or your husband and your 3 kids?
Turn into a hostage situation.
Right.
You know, and so that's why. Just give them what they want and get them the hell out of your house.
Interesting. So it was a little risky. All right. It also happened on the road in parking lots a number of times, right? Is there a difference between that scenario and this scenario? Lynn and Mike, you actually are going to walk us through a couple scenarios that could save you and your family's lives.
All right, I'm here approaching my car. Mike Brooks, what do I do if a bad guy steps in?
Well, as you're coming up to your car, you should try to look in. Hopefully your car will be locked. So let's say I'm the bad guy and I come up and you don't see any weapons. And you say, hey, give me your car, give me your car. Well, one of the things you can do is when you're approaching, be ready and have your finger on the panic button and hit that panic button, and then take your keys and just throw them. Now that's if he's not armed, okay? And now if it's weapon involved, totally different scenario.
So weapon involved, totally different scenario. What do you do if he's armed?
You just, like I said before, you give them everything and just run like the Dickens. Just run away. Give them what they want: your purse, your phone, the car. Because I tell you, property is not worth your life.
Because here's what I was thinking about. What if I have my baby in that car? I'm not going to hand over my keys if I have my baby in the back seat. It's just not going to happen.
And a lot of times that will happen because they'll wait till you're inside. You're putting the baby into the car seat when they'll come up either with or without a weapon and try to rob you, carjack you. What you do is, if someone says, give me the car, give me everything you got, just say, I have a baby in the car. And while you're doing that, unhook that baby and grab the baby out of that car, because if you're outside the car, just let them take it. Now, if you're inside the car, you have to decide, are you going to fight this person or you're not going to fight? Now, some experts will say, you know, if it's a matter of life and death of you and your baby, fight to the death. Well, or until somebody lets you go. Other experts will say, no, just get out of the car. But a lot of times, you're not going to have a chance to get out of that car. We've seen so many different scenarios, but if it were me, and if I had a baby, I would fight for that baby's life.
Amen.